Okay, I'm sorry for the late. I'm just opening the chapter. Is it verse numbers 18 or 19 we are supposed to continue? Anyone?
Prabhuji, it will be 18. Till 17 we completed.
Okay. So ahankara balam darpam kamam krodha cha samshrita mamatma paradeheshu padvishanto abhyasukhaya. Yeah, you're right. I think we didn't go through this. We thought of, but yeah. Okay, let me have a quick prayer, then we'll start. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सह गणरघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह गणललित श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबांधो जगतपते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्ता कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Welcome to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures in that Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, which is discussing about the divine and demonic natures. We spent quite some time to understand the 26 divine qualities. What does that mean? It's not that these are so divine that it's not for humans. Yeah, usually we may feel that, oh, if it is so special, that is maybe for demigods, or maybe God should have those qualities. Yeah, humans we should not, because we are imperfect, and that's why we don't need to. And sometimes some religions, what they do is, okay, killing animals is approved because, um, yeah, we have taste. But let me know if you can hear me well.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Clear? Because I'm not
Yes,
using
yes.
the uh,
Headphones. It's
yeah.
clear. It's clear,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you. So there is a tendency that yeah, this divine quality is too much. I think divine itself is saying that it is something for people who are angels or saints, but not for common man. No, actually, these qualities make someone saintly. Uh, it means that these qualities are means to attain perfection. These qualities, that's why, are called transcendental qualities, which means the qualities through which we can transcend the conditioning of this material world. Hmm. So that's how we should see and take every measure to incorporate these qualities in whatever capacity we can, whether it could be truthfulness. Yeah, it is very simple. No, very difficult. Okay, then let's break it down. Yeah, how to eat the elephant? I mean, we are not saying literally eating. They say how do we eat the elephant in the room? It means it's not the real elephant. We should also put these disclaimers. I think we are not harming any animals. It means that how to eat up a big problem in our life is that we break it down. So truthfulness. Let's be truthful to ourselves. How truthful are we to ourselves? It means to say that we are uh, not unnecessarily cheating our own self. Most of the time, we are not forced to lie. We are, but because we also enjoy certain comfort, certain facility, certain privilege. That's why to maintain that, we also lie. It could be, and this lying, yeah, it might look it's only a lie, but actually it goes more into the direction of prajalpa. Prajalpa is to push ourselves above certain bar where we are not there. So how is that possible when we are not there and we are doing it? It is through prajalpa. We are telling about our own self. Anyway, I think today's session is not about these things, but just as we want to understand the beauty of this chapter is these qualities are not for aliens. This is not for saintly or we call saints or or mm, these 26 qualities are very, very important that we try to imbibe whatever capacity we can, each of them. Let's not take it, as I said, Sudham Prabhu was telling about truthfulness. Let's take it truthfulness and make that as my life. Yes. What about other? We should also be mridu. We should also be soft. Truthful and soft will work. It's not only truthfulness will work. Because yeah, when we become so harsh and so truthful, it's all fine. But with that truth, we don't want to hurt others. We should be truthful as well as mridu. So, yeah, we could go on that. I don't know. Anyone remember how many weeks did we spend on that first verse, yeah, which was telling about 26 qualities? Hmm? Maybe we should count. I think it was at least 20,
Actually, each quality one class, like almost,
at least one class, no?
yeah.
Yeah, so at least 20 classes. Still, there is so much, yeah. So what I just spoke is, I'm sure that I didn't cover that in those sessions. Hmm. So we should always remember those verses. Yeah, I would, I would even think it's nice where we can read that verse. If we're not reading the verse, at least the translation. If not the translation, whenever we get time, if we think what should we do, we can read the purport. If we don't have a lot of time, we read at least one para of the purport. In that way, we can remind ourselves the need of developing such qualities and understand what is the real meaning of those. And I don't know, in case if someone has time, maybe let's create a playlist of all those sessions that we discussed on it with nice titling and etc. that can help anyone, even for us to hear again, or even, yeah, anyone who is looking for such a, they can also hear. Any volunteers maybe can reach me. I can tell otherwise, yeah. As soon as I get some time, I'll do that. Okay, so then after that, 26 qualities that then there are six qualities. We also went what are the six qualities that are harmful, and these are called the qualities that are not favorable, the qualities that are what do you call this? Hmm, Pride, yeah, pride, arrogance, damba, darpa, abhimanascha, krodham, parushyam, evacha, ajnanam cha, abhichatasya, partha sampadam asurim. So this pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance are the qualities of people who are demoniac in nature. Demoniac in nature, people usually ask, hey, what does that mean? Is it only for the demons? Huh? Because Bhagavad Gita is so nice that a person, if he wants to sleep in slumber, can also sleep himself thinking, hey, this book is not for me. Uh, this is what happens. That is a mood. That is mentality of a asura. Uh, Ignorance. In this, there is a word, abhijatasya, ajnanam abhijatasya. Abhijatasya means one who is born. Ajnanam. Ajnana means ignorance. So if one is ignorant of this, so he doesn't care whether there are 26 qualities, 6 qualities, it doesn't matter. He is in ignorance. That's it. That way he can simply take this whole chapter and he say, hey, it's not at all for me. Let me move on to the next chapter. What is exciting in that? Let me go there. So in these qualities, how do people act? This is what we are going to see. If someone can read this, please. Okay. Hmm. I see Malik. In case if you can read, see the screen and read. Maybe you want to try once. What we do is we read this Sanskrit, then we read the translation and purport. Okay. If not, then Sagar Prabhu is in the turn.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, correct.
Do I have to read or?
Yeah, can you read or we can pause it also?
Yeah, I can.
So you can read.
Which,
Hmm?
which one?
I have projected 16, 18.
No, I can't see the screen.
Uh, It shows you are sharing screen. So what about others? Can you see?
Can see the screen.
Yes, yes,
We can
Prabhuji.
see.
Okay, so others are seeing. Okay.
Oh, 1 second.
Shall I share the link or in the
Yes,
chat?
I
I'll
just
share.
see your.
Mhm. I'm just sharing the link in the chat. Maybe you can also send that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Um, okay. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha sanshitaha mamatma paradeheshu pratvimshantobyah yakaha. And then Prophet, a demonic person being always against God's supremacy does not like to believe in the scriptures. He is envious of both the scriptures and the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is caused by his so-called prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for the next life. Not knowing this, he is actually
You
envious of his own self.
did you skip the translation by chance?
Oh yeah, okay, yes,
That's what I was trying
yes,
to
Babaji.
follow you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, then I'll start with the translation. Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons become envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blaspheme against the real religion. Puppet. Demonic person, being always against God's supremacy, does not like to believe in the scriptures. He is envious of both the scriptures and the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is caused by his so-called prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for the next life. Not knowing this, he is actually envious of his own self as well as of others. He commits violence on other bodies and on his own. He does not care for the supreme control of the personality of Godhead because he has no knowledge. Being envious of the scriptures and the supreme personality of the Godhead, He puts forward false arguments against the existence of God and denies the scriptural authority. He thinks himself independent and powerful in every action. He thinks that since no one can equal him in strength, power, or wealth, he can act in any way and no one can stop him. If he has an enemy who might check the advancement of his sensual activities, he makes plans to cut him down by his own power. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Sagar Babu. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the condition. What is it? Mam Atma Para Deheshu. The Lord is saying, I am present in everyone. Mam Atma Para Deheshu. So one is present Atma in their own and also Para Deheshu in other bodies. The Lord is present, but we are not realizing that. Hmm. When this is coming because of what? Bewildered by false ego, hmm, strength, pride, lust, and anger. Hmm. The demons become envious of the Supreme Lord. So what is bewilderment means is um, not appreciating anything for a good cause, for its purpose. That is what is bewilderment. When something is happening, I'm bewildered, is we are surprised by its power. Hmm. Whenever something is happening, whenever um, for example, we may see there is cyclone, and because of which all of a sudden the roof of the house is blown off. We didn't expect the roof to be so weak. We thought, and we didn't expect the wind is so strong, or the power of wind is that it can also do that. We are bewildered by a Shakti, by the energy of the air. That is what is bewilderment means, something that happened that we didn't expect. It can happen. In our case also, balam, ahankara balam is balam is Shakti, strength. And what kind of strength? Ahankara balam, and not only ahankar, which is false prestige, false ego. There is also darpam, a sense of pride, and then lust and anger and strength. All these things we thought are very, very important, and we are acquiring all these strengths, isn't it? From childhood, we are into this act of doing something so that I can benefit, so that I can become more prominent. I can, yeah, that is for strength and fame, pride, that and false ego, forgetting ourselves, lust, all my desires to be fulfilled. I am doing everything so that I can acquire all this, but our plans cannot work in spite of we are doing so much work. Why? Because it's not everything in our control. There is a purpose. It should be that if we are destined to get it, mm, if we are working so hard, and if we are destined to get it, it will come. Otherwise, not. This is what Prahlad Maharaj says in Bhagavatam. And our endeavors are bewildered. Why? Because after all, I am doing everything to become very prominent, yeah, and to enjoy that pride, so that everyone is recognizing me. And but our attempts sometimes don't fly as we want, and this is what is called bewilderment here. That one is shocked, one is surprised, not for good, surprised for bad is he didn't expect that this plans worked in his real favor, or not in his real favor, in his anticipated favor, and that's why he is bewildered. And because of this, what happens is, I came across somewhere, there is a tendency, right? Don't we have a tendency? We can even see in children. Huh? Shweta Mataji, don't we see sometimes someone comes and a kid is coming and saying, Mama, it is because of you I didn't do it well. Huh?
Yeah, sometimes it is like
Sometimes,
that.
sometimes kids, na, they don't know on whom they want to throw this because their attempt is failed, and they want someone and not themselves. They can't accept failure, and that's why they say, no, 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 it is because you came, you disturbed, that's why I failed. Of course, because it's kid, we may just laugh and yeah, we can understand. Oh, he's disturbed, and we may think, oh, see his quality, or in that way we may just yeah, take it easy or ignore it. But just imagine if we are seeing such an act from matured or grown up, what will happen? Hmm? Rishabh Prabhu, if someone is saying, hey, it's not my fault. No, not even that. If someone is coming and saying, hey, you did it, what will we do? Hmm? Yes, saying, no, 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 you did it. But if the other person is also not at fault, if he proves, yeah, we both go to a court, and then we may we understood that, hey, there is no, it's not your fault, not my fault. The Lord is the fault. Why did he? Why did I have to be born in such an underprivileged condition? That means it is Lord who decided. It is Lord who has done this. Why he is like that? I am very, very envious of him. Because in spite of he so imperfectly created me. Give me 1 second. Um, uh, give me 1 second, sorry. Yeah, please give me 5 minutes. Sorry. No, Hare Krishna, sorry. Yeah, today is the Masikam of my father. So, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, we were understanding the bewilderment can take it to the next level where we start uh, uh, trying to find faults in Lord's creation and Lord's position, and that's what is mentioned here. That in the purport, a demonic person being always against God's supremacy does not like to believe in the scriptures. He is envious of both the scriptures and the existence of the Lord. This is caused by his so-called prestige and his accumulation of wealth and strength. So all these assets, what we are thinking are so nice to live in this world, can actually hamper us. Why? Because then we don't develop the devotional qualities, and rather we are affected by the demonic nature unless we are careful how to engage all these resources in the service of the Lord. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for the next life. This is our big problem. Yesterday, I don't know how useful it was, but we spent quite some time to understand the reality of the struggle of what do we call this, balancing our life. Yeah. Initially, I think 4 years back, I wanted to write, yeah, in 2020, I want to write a book on uh, balance my boat. This is what I wanted to write. And of course, that was more about how to attain perfect balance, yeah, in a compound environment, in a complex environment. Eventually, as the years passed, so yesterday I was saying there is nothing uh, uh, secret. What is a perfect balance? The only thing is we don't know. It is not secret. Why it's not secret? Because it's in the scriptures. A secret means something that it's not there. We don't know. No, the scriptures are available. One can go, one can dwell, one can read and understand, and also can approach a sadhu. Yeah. And what is the secret for perfect balance is basically to prioritize everything for Krishna. Yesterday, Pranali Mataji was asking how to understand to keep Krishna in the center. Yeah, to prioritize everything such a way that Krishna is uh, um, our life. That is perfect balance. No, no, no. What happened to my family? What happened to my children? What can happen? All these things is still perfect. Why? If we keep Krishna in the center, we are making them Krishna conscious children. Yeah. If we keep Krishna in the center, then our house is not our house. So we are not accumulating wealth. Yeah. If we keep Krishna in the center, the house is used for in the service of the Lord, in the service of the saintly people, by organizing, preaching, and other activities, devotional activities. In if we keep Krishna in the center and offer charity for spiritual enlightening discourses or festival celebrations, yeah, all these things we are keeping Krishna in the center. Then whatever left, then whatever is left, yeah, that will Krishna not protect me? Can Krishna not take care of me? When the more and more we think that, okay, this is not right mentality. In the time of Swami Vivekananda, in the time of Swami Vivekananda, that was this. There were so many lazy people who were not. They were just saying, Lord will take care. You just have to be religious." But the being religious means it's not on paper. Being religious means one is really taking up the principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, chanting, taking the name of the Lord. And these are, and many, of course, we cannot go to an exhaustive list. Yeah, that exhaustive list makes us exhausted, and then we slowly think, hey, it's not for us. Very basic, simple things we can, and then that is what it means to make Krishna in the center. I don't know, Pranali Mataji, if you are there. Yesterday we just, yeah, opened up um, this topic for your question. But yeah, as you're here, I think you may also hear in this, in think in this direction. Okay,
Yes,
where we,
Prabhu.
yeah. So here we can see that he is envious of both scriptures and existence of the Lord. This is caused by prestige and accumulation of wealth and strength. He does not know that the present life is a preparation for the next life. Yesterday, I think Divakar Prabhu was asking, hey, is it not too much to think about the last moment and start doing so many things now? Huh? We don't know that last moment is when. It can happen anytime. This is one thing. Maybe one is a good astrologer and you have went to that astrologer and that astrologer told, hey, you are going to live 75 years. If such a prediction is so accurate, then we are, let's wait till 74 and then take up 1 year. There is nothing else to do. So let me do. Uh, 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 1 second again. 1 minute. Okay. So again, so this he commits violence on others and his own. This is a problem. When we don't appreciate the Lord, when we don't have the sense that the Lord is present in others, we can take very easy, casually, and then we start hurting others because we just think he is a human. When we see that, okay, the Lord is a via, I mean, this person is a via media between me and Lord, then we are more careful. Then we are more careful. And then we don't commit sin. But for demonic people, he commits violence on other bodies and on his own. Uh, this is also sometimes we see, if someone is telling, Sagar Prabhu, if someone is telling, hey, Sagar Prabhu, stop smoking, it is injurious to health. Uh, if you are envious of Lord and if you are envious of people so that your happiness is uh, uh, controlled, what natural reaction comes? Say, hey, who are you to tell? It's my own body. No. Don't we see some people come and say, hey, what goes? I am doing this. Whatever will happen, it will happen to me. Who are you to tell?
Yes, Prabhu.
That is so much. So, in that fire of pride, we don't even know. We don't even know that we are harming ourselves by rejecting the scriptures. He does not care for the supreme control of the personality of Godhead because he has no knowledge. Being envious of scriptures, he put forward false arguments against the existence of God and denies the scripture authority. This is what happens. Yeah, he thinks mm, scriptures are wrong. Let's rewrite them. Huh? Rewriting is a cool thing, right? Because then you can just put a name, yeah, and then when there is a name that even if you die, for rest of, yeah, we have seen the book surviving centuries. Why not my book will survive? Let me write something and leave it so that it will be there forever. Uh, if I am not there, what so? My words, my thoughts, my name, my fame can stay forever in the world. Uh, so this, all these are, yeah. I don't know if you have heard. There are people who get their biography written by some third party, so that after they leave, this becomes the autobiography. Even before, of course, the autobiography is there. Otherwise, biography, so that it will be there forever. Hmm. But they are going to write what accomplishments they did so that they became number one in the market. Hmm. Or we come across the people who have exercised their force, like Hitler or who's that? Alexander or Napoleon or so many. Yeah, they are in history. uh, and yeah, but when we read about them, it doesn't give us enlightenment, rather we become more enlightenment, which means we become more and more heavy to understand how such atrocities were performed, and in spite of that, they became famous. Anyway, that's a different topic. He thinks himself independent and powerful in every action. He thinks that since no one can equal him in strength, power, or wealth, he can act in any way and no one can stop him. If he has an enemy who might check the advancement of his sensual activities, he makes plans to cut down by his own power. That is what is going on. We don't need introduction to this verse to understand what it is. We know so many. We have seen how a person is escaping a punishment with his power. Hmm? We know how one is committing drug scandals or what are, I mean, there are so many scandals. There are so many horrible people who are um, selfishly uh, usurping the wealth that is actually for everyone. Yeah? But rather, one wanted to enjoy more, so he is accumulating. And yeah, there are so many. And what? How do they escape? What was that? Uh, Vijay Malia, or I mean, anyway, we can take so many examples where we can see how they have always had a different perspective. We don't need to be ideal like Ratan Tata. We don't even need to be ideal like hmm, who is that? Um, Azim. What is it? Full name I forgot. Azim. Wipro.
Azim Premji.
Yeah. Or yeah. Anyway. So many, we don't need to be ideal like some other reformers who are really thinking about welfare of people. No, mm, I want to be on my own. Let's enjoy. I can create a new trend in the world. Vijay Malia, he created all, and then finally, when he became bankrupt, then yeah, we know what all happened. This helps us to understand the nature. The nature is so deep inside us to uproot such things is not so easy, isn't it? To uproot such mentality is very difficult. As soon as if someone is telling us something, immediately the mind is telling, "Hey, I know that. Better you don't have to tell me." Isn't it? Isn't it that mentality is more so much we exhibit also sometimes outside. So most of the time when is it inside, one day it will come outside. After one day why? Now at least anyway people know me. I'm exposed. So let me become more open. So whatever was inside in the mind, it starts speaking out loud. And then because it's not right, then we do so many things with our power to make it right. So all this, I think at one stage we should be tired of all these things and say, okay, let the world think whatever, but let me become very focused in one thing. What is that? To keep Krishna in the center. When we have this goal, then all the qualities will come. Yeah, all the 26 qualities will come. That should be our goal. Okay. Any questions before we move to the next verse? Shraddha Mataji, in case you're able to follow or
Yeah, I'm able to follow, but I think I have to do one session from the start as well. So I will follow from 18 January again.
uh-huh. No, that is a different one. The one that you are mentioning about 18th January is 18 session Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
Yes.
That happens every Saturday in temple taken care by Om.
Yes.
But that will be like in one day, the whole chapter will be covered.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And what we are doing is this is part of systematic study of Vedic scriptures in that we have, I think it started like 3.5 years or 4 years. I mean, Sindhu Mataji can tell precisely. we started that, what we started from the first verse. We are going one by one, and in a class, maybe we cover like 3 or 4, and then we discuss how to apply that. Yeah, it's a practical form of how do we want to understand Bhagavad Gita into our life in the situation circumstances where we are, and this is, I think it in that way we have now reached finally 16th chapter, and I think we spent like few months to come to this particular verse. Yeah,
Okay.
just
We started in 2019, Prabhuji.
19. So how many years is it?
5 years.
5 years. So yeah, in 5 years we could, yeah, it's good. We could cover 15 chapters.
Okay.
Yeah. So in case you have any questions that we are discussing, or you want to add anything, feel free. Shraddha Mataji.
Yeah, just sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Shall we go to the next verse? Yes. Satish Prabhu, if you can read, or you're traveling, I don't know.
Right now, Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji. Just coming back from Guruvayur, Prabhuji.
Oh, Jai.
Yes.
Can you read this verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tan aham dhista kruran sam samsesu naradaman sti kshipyam ajarsham asyubhan asurs eva yonisyu.
Video call जाएगा.
Yeah, translation. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence, into various demonic species of life. Purpose. In this verse, it is clearly indicated that the placing of a particular individual soul in a particular body is the prerogative of the supreme will. The demonic person may not agree to accept the supremacy of the Lord, and it is a fact that he may act according to his own whims. But his next birth will depend upon the decision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and not on himself. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, it is stated that an individual soul, after his death, is put into the womb of a mother, where he gets a particular type of body under the supervision of superior power. Therefore, in a material existence, we find so many species of life, animals, insects, men, and so on. All are engaged by the supreme power. They are not accidental. As for the demonic, it is clearly said here that they are perpetually put into the wombs of demons, and thus they continue to be envious, the lowest of mankind. Such demonic species of men are held to be always full of lust, always violent and hateful, and always unclean. The many kinds of hunters in the jungle are considered to belong to the demonic species of life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So, this verse is very important. It's covering tan, those. Tan aham dvishata. Dvishata means dvesha. And dvesha is also because of the hatred is coming because we are not appreciating relationship. What is the supreme relationship? It is a supreme relationship with this Lord. So, what is the um, what do you call opposite? No, What happens if we don't love, and then comes dvesha, and the dvesha is mainly what is envious. Tan aham dvesha kruran. So those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, uh, I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence, into various demonic species of life. Wow. Oh, we can't close our eyes and say there is no God. We can't just, we are just kind of, I don't want to hear anymore about God. I don't want to read anything about God. I can't accept it. It's not at all right. I'm Pakka atheist. I'm Pakka, I'm a most, uh, um, mm, what do you call this? What do you call when you achieve a lot? Um, I'm accomplished. Yeah, I'm the most accomplished scientist. I have proved there is no God. Uh, and the government, the society has recognized me. And when he gets old, when he dies, all these things won't help him. All these things won't help him. Why? I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence, which means if one is so proud of his achievements of create understanding and setting up all these things so that how this whole world is working, and he's removing God in that whole understanding, then what happens? Yeah, he is just a karmi, then he has to do karma, and because of that, he is put again in the material world, which means it is such a it is called it's called spiritual suicide. We may have heard suicides where one is jumping from the building, one is throwing himself against a train, one is taking poison or hanging and all, whatever creative ways one is finding to free himself from the suffering. What is he doing? He is committing suicide. He's giving up the golden. Why is it called suicide? He's giving up the golden opportunity of living life. That is called a crime. Hmm? And what is spiritual suicide means, in spite of having such a successful, not accomplished life of, if he is not turning to Krishna, if he doesn't understand the whole purpose of it is to do what is it called, self-realization. A scientist is a true scientist when he has done the science of self-realization, when he understands how the Atma is coming into a body, how the Atma is leaving this body, and after leaving the body, where is it going? And what is the way? What decides it? And is it all only the Atmas in the world, in the creation? Uh, how are we connected with the Supreme Soul, the Paramatma? That's not only like, okay, we are there. So much, that is what is called science of self-realization. And a true scientist, true spiritual scientist is one who understands, who is digging deep into this to find out what is his real existence. But rather, if he doesn't do that, then yeah, we cannot escape this cycle of birth and death. He is casted again into this, into various demoniac species of life. We might think that I am doing very ethical. Sometimes, what do we call this? Ethical hacking? I don't know. You know this? Someone? Maybe everyone knows what is ethical hacking, right? Hmm? That I'm trying to attack a website, but uh, not to harm it. A person who knows everything how to hack, it's a matter of time. If his mind changes, then he can become a unethical hacker. Once we have all the skills, this is what also happened. We learn all the skills, but then we use for our own selfish interest. Then ethics are gone. Uh, and then we only critic. Ethic is gone, critic is come. And then because a critic is not encouraged, then the critic is more disturbed because no one is recognizing me. Let me become more. Let me prove to the world that I can hack the data of everyone and misuse. I can sell all these things. I mean, I'm coming from a profession where there is always a hack that happens on the customer data, and we have to protect it. So we know how difficult it is, and we know what are the person who are hacking. They just, there's a black market, they can sell the data. Hmm. See, so easy, isn't it? Lazy people can have crazy thoughts. In previous generations, we would see that hard work is the path to success. Yeah, which means one has to work genuinely hard, uh, and then it became slowly smart working. Smart working means we want to work, but we want to work, not waste our energy unnecessarily. Smart working, and we have blue collar jobs, and then eventually that can made us quite uh, complacent, comfortable. But but just that real ethical smart working is not working because there are so many unethical uh, shrewd working. Shrewd working means I don't want to set up a company uh, and to have a customers, and rather I have a company whose customer data I can sell it to some others because others can uh, use that data for whatever purpose, and they can, so all these things anyway. That's not the purpose of today. And maybe Shraddha Mataji might be thinking, oh, that is the reason this guy is taking so long time, 5 years. No, but to understand, so how is the trend is changing, we don't have to go with the trend because we are in the Kali Yuga, the longer we are, uh, yeah, see, lazy people can have crazy thoughts. Hmm. Yeah. Um, the purpose is that we want to understand that we want to go back. uh, if we just take some time and see how natural was uh, close to nature was previous living, and how happy were their lives in spite of not being supreme rich like what one is privileged now. So all these things help us to understand that we don't need to go with a trend. We just have to hang on, just like yeah, if a golden bracelet is I don't know what is that Kate Winslet, I don't know what did she drop in that ocean. But if a bracelet is dropped in high current rivers like Brahmaputra or Ganges, we don't know where can this chain end. We can say, hey, it will definitely go with the flow, and yeah, no, let's not go with the flow. Then all the valuable things that we have are lost. We don't even know where they've gone. No, we want to build uh, protection against this because we know that this is going in doom direction. Uh, Rather, we want to protect ourselves, and that's why we need to come together and form a association, a sadhu sangha. A sangha, when we all hold tight our hands by coming together, by doing spiritual activities together, by yesterday was I hope was a very nice program. Everyone hope anyway. Prasadam is there, so most of that is taken care. But also we discuss something how to be together, how to save ourselves and advance. So these kind of things can help us to be on track rather than we just go with the flow. Yeah. Did I cover everything in this? I perpetually can. See, uh, if we don't do that, we shouldn't blame the Lord. If we don't take care ourselves, if we're not serious, if we don't prioritize all these things in our life, if we just say, hey, and in the end, when things are that we are suffering, and when things that, oh, we have to again take a birth in some other demonic form, uh, then they are not accidental. In the purport, it said all are arranged by the superior power. They are not accidental. As for the demoniac, it is clearly said here that they are perpetually put into the womb of demons, and thus they continue to be envious, the lowest of the mankind. Naradham, I think that's what the word was, right? Let me read. Tanaham dishta kruran, very mischievous. Samsareshu naradhaman. Samsar is such. In philosophical scriptures, we don't have great appreciation of this word called samsar. Why? Because samsar means it's the ocean of material existence. When we are in this material world, we have to understand it is not, what do you call this? A place for gentlemen. Have anyone heard this? No, it's not a place of for gentlemen. Why? Because there's so many mental men that want to become superior. They want to show their supremacy. Uh, Either it was kings, Mughals, what do you call, Romans, any. We don't have to. mm, we don't need to struggle to find names. There are so many who have already turned the history into a bitter place to live. But we can see that yeah, Sansar is place where we don't want to come back because we know how dangerous it is. Padam padam, yat vipadam. Every step is dangerous. To go out, we are scared. To stay, we are scared. Every place is prone to any attack. Uh, and we are just in the beginning of Kali Yuga. I only have pity on upcoming generations. If they don't take to Krishna consciousness, if they don't take to bhakti, it's quite challenging. And that's why, as parents, we should be uh, very responsibly pass this heritage because only this can save. Only this can save. Nothing else can save. And nothing else is really in the favor of a jiva. Huh? Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Puran, it is clearly mentioned that, what is that? Dharma projita kaitava. There are so many non-dharmic dharmas. What does that mean? There are so many so-called dharmas. What does that mean? Means they are not really uplifting the real dharma. What is the real dharma is to make one aware that he is the servant of the Lord. The Atma, Jiva Atma is the servant of Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. The Jiva Atma is going, serve is, duty is to render service to the Purushottama, to the Supreme Lord. That is what. And if you don't give this message, then there is no hope. There is no hope. There is no hope. Why? Because we are just floating in the currents of samsara, and then into the ocean of material existence. If we genuinely want to bless our children a great life, we are not interested great future. What is great future? Maybe, yeah, they know how they can get it. But very important is great life. Great life means the time when we leave the world, we have attained success, perfection. That is what we should aim. That is what we should give to the next generations. And in that way, here it says, and otherwise, what is happening? Lord, we may do many projects. Yeah, we may say, but are we able to, we can have anyone traveled in red bus in villages? Hmm? Yeah, see, red bus. So what we do, I mean, Matajis may not have done, or maybe would have done that as soon as the bus stops in the bus station, then immediately there are people who throw kerchiefs on the seats, and I'm very sure Ratikira Mataji wouldn't have done it. But I have done. Why? To secure a place. So no, it doesn't work with this. It's not like I can do all nonsense and as soon as when the time comes, I can say I have done that yajna, I have done this so that Lord will give me a better place. Already a nice. I have already reserved my seat in Swargaloka. The bus also doesn't have to come. The kerchief is already there. No, it doesn't work. If we are not doing good, then the Lord's superior will be exercised, imposed on us. So this is what it said. It's not accidental. As for demonic, this is it is clearly said here that they are perpetually put in the womb of demons. Such demonic species of men are held to be always full of lust. So how to know that what kind of people are there? They're full of lust, always violent and hateful, and always unclean. Uh, so why I'm bringing this up is so that we are not. um People may say, "Hey, how can you discriminate people?" Uh, we need to understand with whom we are, otherwise we become them. Yeah. If we are in bad association, we develop bad qualities. No, no, no. I am Nishtha Garishta. I have all Nishtha and I can control. If you can't change them, then you get changed. That's very, very few people, if unless there is some obligation. I know a friend of mine who used to be with college friends. Everyone used to booze, they used to drink, and he didn't do it. Yeah, because he had his own in his own family. He saw how people have because of these bad habits lost everything, and how they so he learned by observing. He didn't want to go in practice and then suffer and then write a book on it. He observed, and uh, there was also a support system, the word that he has given, that he maintained. In that way he could save, but otherwise it's quite risky, quite dangerous to play with fire. The many kinds of hunters in the jungle are considered to belong to demoniac species of life. We may think, not demon. What is this demons? Yeah, demoniac nature. Those qualities, whoever has, even in the human form of life, he is still a demon. Okay, we'll stop here. Open for some questions and any other comments, discussions. Then yeah, we'll go to announcements. Any thoughts? What do we want to pick? Or now, yeah, I've been talking.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. That point is very nice, Prabhuji. We have to prepare this life for the next life. That is
Mm,
really nice. That uh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, otherwise we have to use next life. Huh? The people may think, what is so great? I can do that next year, next life. No? Next life is there means, oh, it's not hopeless condition, right? Next life is there means I can do whatever we have to do now. Let me do next life. But that next life, we have to be careful. That next life may not be so favorable like in the human form of life. Yeah, the next human form of life. We are talking about not next life means just if I am a cat, I can become realized. If I become a dog in my next life, I can become realized. What is realization of a dog is just barking when it suspects. And what is the realization of a pig? Oh, does pigs have realization? I don't think so. Yeah, uh, they're in their lazy, crazy world. Huh? So now we are talking about next life means next human form of life that can come only after many, many lives. Uh, Based on what we have done now, we are put into different planets. Yeah, if we are good, we go high. If we are bad, we go down. And then from there, we move from one life to the other life to the other life. And in that way, then finally we come to the human form of life. Yeah. Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Uh, to get the human form of life is not easy. And in spite of getting a human form of life, in after that, even one to become a devotee of the Lord is even more difficult. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So I was just kind of looking up this Manushanam Sahasesu Kaschit Yadati Siddhaye Yadatam Api Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Veti Tattvataha. Out of many thousands among men, first we are not even talking about every species. Only humans can attain this because the Lord has given them Vichakshana Shakti, and He has given Brahma Jigyasa abilities. Yeah, animals. Anyway, we have already gone through that in some other place. So only a human can get, and among them also, Krishna himself is saying in the chapter 7, the confidential knowledge, he says, out of many thousand among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Huh? What is our chance? Our chance is very, very good. Very good. Why? Because we have turned ourselves to take this life seriously. We have taken this scripture seriously. We have taken the message of the Lord seriously so that we have a higher chance. And for whatever reason, because of peer pressure or other interest, let's not doom our life. Yeah. Otherwise, we want to be mm, on a proper journey. Yeah, yeah, nice point, Sindhu Mataji. That's what, in
Hare
fact,
Krishna,
is
Prabhu.
important. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm. Hare Krishna. Gaur Bhagan, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful explanation. Prabhuji, many times the persons who don't believe on the scripture, they say like, do you really believe that this Samudra Manthan happened somewhere? Are you sentimental or
Yeah.
get to real world?
Mm. Yeah.
It's written by someone. If somebody has written the book, it is book. If you say God is there, can you show God like that?
Have you seen a movie
Generally,
called
one does not have any answer. How
yeah, have you
to
seen a
use.
movie called Time Machine? I think the movie is called Time Machine in English. I mean, I didn't see the movie, but there is something that you get sit into it and then you can go in the past and future. Yeah. Maybe I don't know I don't know the right name. Maybe someone else can say. At least in our language, there is a movie. Yeah, it's a fantasy, but the feelings are not fantasy. The people who go in the back or in the front, they're surprised. Huh? They're surprised, and they are so much in a state that they can't accept it. Hey, can the world be having no trees? Everything is dry and there is no nature, and everyone have to live in a closed environment. What do you call this? Uh, protect. What do we call this environment? Uh, uh, scientists they do experiments, right? What is that environment they call? Protected.
Quarantined,
What is it?
quarantined or no?
Mm, yeah, maybe we can still call that quarantine, but I'm looking for some other. So now we are seeing nature. We are seeing the sky. We see the trees and everything. But we can definitely say the forestation before and now there is a change, isn't it, Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu? Before there were more trees and less uh,
Mhm.
roofs. Now it is getting more and more the other way. Yeah, the trees are cut. So just if you take a photo of Amazon river, sorry, for Amazon forests, and then you compare at least 50 years back, then we ourselves are surprised. Hey, there's so much change, right? We are seeing so much change, and uh, the mode of goodness in 50 years back or before, or when we talk about the temples that were built, the kings were supporting. And do we have kings who are supporting to build temples now?
No.
Oh, isn't it surprising? Yeah, it is very surprising for us to see history, and for history, if they would be there, if they are given a chance to see how the world will be after just 2000 years, wouldn't be they surprised? But both are reality, isn't it?
Yes,
Huh?
Prabhuji.
The
Yes.
point is, it's not that these are fake. These are no, both are reality. 2000 years back, the world was like that, and now the world is like this. And the world will also be after 2000 years somewhere. The Bhavishya Puran is giving us indications how this can go more and more into fallen condition. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow you were asking questions. Sorry, I interrupted. Can you complete or?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, yeah, sometimes they say that these things, yeah, are not that much unbelievable, like the forests, as you
Yeah.
said,
So
that can
that's
take
why.
or not.
So
But
it is
these things
unbelievable.
in the scripture are, yeah,
Hmm,
something very, very, they feel
yeah.
strange that somewhere something is Samudra Manthan or somebody had 1 crore
Hmm.
wives or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So now, that's what. So I was just telling the example with the time machine that people will anyway be surprised to see how the world will be after 2000 years because everything is unimaginably changing. Unimaginable, why? Because our capacity is one husband has one wife itself is so difficult. How can a husband can have three wives, five wives? We are talking about how many you said in the Chitraketu's time? 100,000 wives.
1 crore, yeah.
If yeah, am I right?
One
It's
crore, Prabhuji, it was.
1 crore. Okay, so 1 crore wives. Yeah. How can I believe? Let's not dig in. What do you call this? Uh, mm, Advocate uh, hat. Yeah. Then in that what does it bring if whether so many wives are there or not? Or no. By knowing that I know the genuinity of the scripture. This might be a good reason one may come up saying, "Hey, I want to understand the genuinity," because if that is fake, I don't know which one to trust. So the whole scripture can be fake, right?
Prabhuji.
Isn't it? No, Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, that is what you are coming from, right? So people may reject everything.
Yes, Prabhuji.
People may reject everything, and yeah, all the best. Yeah, reject it, and then you see what happens. This verse is saying, if you reject, what will happen? If you want to take risk, reject it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
I mean, there
Rather,
are many things that yeah, it cannot be proved with our strength, but
yeah.
uh,
So when we understand the writers of the scriptures and the prevailing conditions in those years in those planets, who are we to confirm whether these are true or not? What is our capacity, first of all?
yes,
Just like
Prabhuji.
this, your car is certified by TÜV or DEKRA or some guy, right? That the car can go on the street. Huh? No. The kids also have stamps. Yeah, you know that? Kids also can create stamps and they can also put it. What is the
Mm-hmm.
value of it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Only authorized, authentic person or company or entity, if they put the stamp, that is approved, recognized, then the police doesn't stop. If we put a stamp and then everyone is putting his own stamp, I understood, let me put my stamp, the government simply will put fines, penalties. And this is what is this verse saying. If one is not caring my scriptures, and if you don't have the ability to understand, uh, then we can't simply say, hey, I didn't understand, it's not for me. Still, you can't drive your car, isn't it? If we did not understand whether the car is roadworthy, can we bring it on the road?
No.
There is no license, right? There is no license given, because you didn't understand what it is, you don't have money or you don't have resources and whatever it could be. That's why I don't care. No, the police will care.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so it is our duty. Come on, the Lord has given us the ability to appreciate a process. When we go through the process, then we can appreciate the scriptures. When we don't go through the process, how can we appreciate the scriptures?
Mm-hmm.
And Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, I am telling you this Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because you are my friend, you are not envious of me.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So one has to come develop those qualities. When he develops such qualities, then he can actually understand the scriptures are valid. And of course, now I can't even imagine what does it mean 1 crore wives. But does it matter? It doesn't matter. What matters is what happened, what is the key message that the Lord wants us to understand, appreciate, and apply in our life. That's it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we just go into debates. Now, Satish Prabhu can, yeah, he was mentioning what Adi Shankaracharya has told. That forget all this, do what? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudhamate. Mudhamate means exactly this. Mudhamate means demonic in nature.
Mhm.
A person is always eager to find faults. That is Mudhamate. Why? Because he thinks that, yes, I'm not convinced. I want to understand it perfectly. Well, if some sadhu is telling this is correct, why there is a question? Huh?
Yes,
Maybe I
Prabhuji,
can't understand
they
at my level.
immediately attack, yeah, Prabhuji.
Huh?
They immediately start to, yeah, they
Yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
like or
Yeah, yeah,
some.
that is why it is said one of the offenses is not to preach to faithless. Yeah, if someone has little faith, Komala Shraddha, even if someone is inquisitive, I want to understand what all this is, whether it makes sense or not, but I just want to understand. They can be told. Other people are so hopeless that they just think, hey, we know everything. When they know everything, what is there we can tell them? Let the time comes, the Lord can tell better than us.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the question.
Prabhuji, we should then progress what we, yeah, with the words and yeah, as far as we can understand the things, uh, it is okay, right? If we can't uh, explain like
I didn't
this,
understand the question. Maybe can you start?
so, so we should not focus more on such things for which we don't have strength to
Yeah.
understand or explain anyone.
Yeah. So usually
That
I duck
that
such
is
questions, such challenges. Why? Because it doesn't bring anything for me. Yeah. And because I know that it doesn't give anything for other person. And what is it? It's called, what do you call this? There is some nice word. Uh, um, Vyartha Pralapam, if I'm not wrong. Just Uh, just now, Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, nice that you came my home. Let us sit together. Yeah, what shall we talk? Let's talk about global warming. Let's talk about I think Lord is not fair. What do you say? Yeah, Lord is not fair. Yeah, all these discussions. And then when I am saying no, we should refer the books. No, come on. I think Lord has given intelligence. All these discussions now won't bring us anywhere. Waste of time. If I know that the person is genuine, if the person can really understand it, even if with little difficult, we can try with our whatever we know, we can share. But if a person is uh, uh, passionate about his principles, he want to tell rather than hear, then yeah, in a conversation, one should hear, one should speak, right? If both are only speaking, to whom are we speaking?
mhm. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. In that case, we just duck. What does ducking means? When there is a big tide that comes in 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 an ocean, when you want to swim, you don't just stand straight and get hit by the wave, right? Rather, you duck. You just go inside the water, let the wave pass, and then you come up.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. Did I answer your question, by the way?
yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Before we close today's session, any announcements from anyone? Okay. Two things from my side. One is that if any students are there in and around Bochum, you can expect a program there happening on 1st of February. So maybe you can inform your friends. We can also invite them, but we need to know soon. Me or Parth Prabhu or Anup Prabhu. Then we can include that into the preparations. Then, yeah, stay tuned for upcoming the retreat. Mostly it will be online and temple, and so it's a kind of 3 day session where we want to understand more about the glories of Lord Nityananda, uh, uh, Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So that on the occasion of Nityananda Trayodasi that is coming, I think 10th of February or 9th, I don't know exactly, or 11th. So these are few. And yeah, in addition to these announcements, one request is let's focus on our japa. Let's try to improve our quality of japa. Uh, whatever whatever we are discussing in these sessions, I think Shraddha Mataji, one of the requirements usually when we started this was everyone chants do japa at least one round, but with quality, so that we can understand this science. Otherwise, there is no chance to understand all this. We need to do japa. Otherwise, we may not acquire a lot of knowledge. When we have acquired so much knowledge, we can go into debates, and we can debate with anyone on the strength of this. But that debate will just make us more proud and make us more. Yeah, we may not succeed. But when the purity is, when this power of the chanting and service is there, that will empower to protect us. We need the protection against the you know the side effects of knowing Bhagavad Gita. Okay, good then. Thank you very much. I wish you a very nice week. See you soon.
So for 1st February, we have to do the registrations now only, or
For the first, I will share that in the next week, Mataji. We are just finalizing because it might be that His Holiness Bhakti Bhushan Maharaj can be in the temple. If he is there, then I will conduct an online session on that particular day, on a Monday. I will anyway share all the details. We'll prepare some material and share. Yeah, but registration is not required. In short,
okay.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Once again, Apu Prabhu is there. That's why let's use also this. Apu Prabhu, will you be able to come up with a session with some presentation about the sampradayas and who is leading, what is the principles, and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what principles are part of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, etc.
I need a little time probably to prepare
Yeah.
this one. Would
Yeah,
you be,
whenever you are ready, maybe give a heads up with like a month in advance so that we can have that.
but could you have any time duration limit
Nothing
so
urgent,
that I can
nothing urgent. Okay?
okay, probably. Okay.
Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. Hare Krishna. One. Oh, come on, so many announcements. We are also yesterday, as we were saying, we might soon start Bhagavat Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya, which means every day evening, 30 minutes we want to read all together Bhagavatam, right from Canto 1, Chapter 1. We want to go through. It would not be a discussion, elaborate discussion like how we are doing normally on Saturdays or even now. It would be just reading through the translations of each chapter, and we time box it to 30 minutes. And if we finish the chapter early, we use the time for discussion. If the chapter is taking 30 minutes, then we don't have the chance to discuss further. So we want to do that like this. If anyone is interested, feel free to yeah, reach out. Who can
Probably,
take care of this? Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
At what time, Prabhuji? You joined?
Night 8 or 8:30 we are thinking, so that all the duties are taken care and then we can look into this.
Prabhuji, can you also make it like a recording version also? So that
Yeah, recording will be done, as just now we are done.
Mm.
Zoom recording will be there.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay then, yeah. That's the last announcement, sorry. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Sorry, Prabhuji, from when it will start, Prabhuji?
We are yet to come up with, yeah, just the thought came yesterday. We'll come with the dates.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.